This guy transformed a bare trailer frame into a road-ready handcrafted camper, complete with a kitchen, windows, and more clever features than a Swiss Army knife. From CNC-cut plywood to hand-bent metal panels, every step of this build called for precision, patience, and serious problem-solving. The builder begins by designing a 3D model of the teardrop trailer camper. After finalizing the design, he moves on to the construction phase. Using a computer-controlled wood cutter, the precise shapes and measurements are cut out of plywood sheets. These pre-cut wooden components will form the structure of the trailer. He smooths the edges using a sander and starts by gluing layers of panels together, most likely to reinforce the structure. After applying glue, he drills holes and fastens the panels together with screws to create strong, stable joints. Next, the base of the trailer is assembled. The builder uses clamps to hold the bottom panels in place while applying glue and driving in screws for reinforcement. With the base complete, he begins assembling the remaining wooden pieces to build the full frame of the trailer. Assisted by a few people, he carefully lifts the structure and places it onto a metal trailer chassis with wheels, marking the transition from frame to mobile structure. Moving to the interior, the builder cuts foam panels to precise measurements and fits them into the cavities of the internal frame. But even with careful planning, not every panel slides in smoothly. A few edges need trimming. The curves and corners of the trailer require more precision than expected. After some adjustments, each panel finally locks perfectly into place, forming the clean interior walls of the camper. After confirming each piece fits, he secures them in place using glue followed by screws, ensuring both alignment and durability. The entire interior is coated with a protective layer, likely a sealant, primer, wood finish, to enhance durability and appearance. A step like this might seem simple, but skipping it could leave the wood vulnerable to moisture or warping down the line, especially in a compact camper like this. He then installs electrical components, beginning with a power outlet. He wires the socket neatly and secures it with screws. The wiring is routed cleanly to a fuse box and additional components for power management and distribution. Functional installations follow. A compact cooler is fitted into a sliding compartment. At the rear of the trailer, a portable sink and stove unit is installed beside the power outlet. 2 additional wooden panels are measured, cut, and attached with metal hinges to the sidewalls. At first glance, they seem decorative, but they fold out into tables or vents, a small design touch that adds a lot of versatility. It's these subtle, thoughtful additions that start making this camper feel more like a home than a project. A similar process is repeated for the upper storage compartments. The builder carefully measures and installs hinged wooden panels to function as cupboard doors. More importantly, he makes sure they open and close smoothly without getting stuck. Each door is aligned precisely with the cabinet frame, and small metal hinges are used to provide reliable functionality. After the doors are attached, he tests the swing of each one, adjusting any misalignments and securing them tightly with screws. Once the upper cupboards are complete, attention shifts to the flooring. The builder begins by laying down a layer of adhesive, then installs laminate across the trailer's floor. Installing the curved roof wasn't as straightforward as it seemed. The panel couldn't just be placed on top. It had to be carefully bent and secured along the arc, inch by inch. While one person held the panel in place and another managed the curve, the builder drilled in the screws, making sure everything aligned just right. With a bit of patience and teamwork, the roof settled into place perfectly. To reinforce the roof, horizontal wooden support bars are installed across the exterior. They're added periodically throughout the roof, and the builder slowly puts the entire roof into place. Vertical bars, pre-cut to shape, are also glued and screwed into place to add further structural integrity. Once the roof is secured, similar cover panels are added to the trailer's sidewalls. More of the panels are placed into every cutout on the side of the trailer. Then the sides are coated with a lot of glue. Like the roof, the side panel is glued and fastened with screws for maximum hold. Returning to the interior, the builder installs sliding cupboard doors above the sink and stove using a metal rail system. Next, he works with sheet metal, shaping one piece into a tray using a metal brake and flattening another with a roller. These metal sheets are contoured and cut to fit under the sink and stove compartments, then screwed in to serve as protective or functional liners. Finally, a battery pack is installed in one of the lower compartments. With the battery in place, the builder begins plumbing the sink, connecting the necessary pipes. He then returns to the roof interior, cutting several square foam panels with rounded edges using a hot wire cutter. These are slotted into the spaces between pre-installed roof beams, evening out the ceiling surface. Next, he uses a heavy-duty press to bend a large metal sheet into a casing-like structure, likely for a door or window. He repeats this process to create another rectangular metal frame, shaping it with precision. After completing the frame, the builder begins by sanding down one of the larger metal pieces, smoothing out any imperfections or sharp edges that might hinder the final finish. Once thoroughly sanded, he applies a protective coat to shield the metal from moisture and corrosion. With the protective layer dry, he moves to the painting area and evenly coats the entire frame in matte black spray paint, giving it a sleek industrial finish. Next, he shifts focus to creating smaller structural components. Using a heavy-duty metal press, he bends several short metal strips. At his workstation, he uses precision welding techniques to join the metal pieces into a single component. With the welded component complete, he brings it over to the trailer and installs it as a supporting metal stand. He ensures it's well aligned with the trailer bed, then tests its strength by placing his full weight on it. Sensing a slight imbalance, our builder attaches a small metal piece to the bottom for added support and stability. Returning to the trailer, the builder prepares one of the large side panels for exterior reinforcement. He begins by applying a thick line of industrial strength adhesive across the wooden panel's surface. The glue is applied in neat, continuous lines to ensure maximum coverage and adhesion. With the glue in place, he lifts a large metal sheet and aligns it over the side panel. Once the adhesive begins to cure, he raises the trailer to begin frame installation. Taking the pre-formed metal frames for the window and door, he fits each one into their cutouts. Using a drill, he drives screws through the frame into the trailer wall, securing each piece tightly in place. With the trailer's walls reinforced and the door and window frames in place, our builder turns his attention to sealing and protecting the roof. The builder begins by applying a generous, evenly spread layer of industrial-grade adhesive across the entire curved surface of the trailer roof. Once the glue is in place, the builder calls in his crew. Together, they lift a large pre-bent metal sheet and carefully position it over the adhesive-covered roof. As the sheet is gently pressed and bent into place, the builder multitasks by installing the rooftop ventilation hatch and window frames. While his team holds the metal sheet steady, he precisely fits the ventilation unit into its designated cutout and drills screws to secure it tightly. Similarly, the window frames are slotted into place and fastened securely. Toward the rear of the trailer, the builder and his team manually press and bend the excess metal down, conforming it to the glued surface beneath. To make sure that it stays that way, they add a horizontal metal support bar across the end. With the metal skin of the trailer now fully in place, the builder shifts focus to refining the details. He begins lining the inside edge of one of the metal casings with a flexible rubber strip. This rubber lining serves both as a sealant to prevent water intrusion and as insulation to dampen vibrations and noise. After ensuring the rubber is evenly fitted throughout the curve of the structure, the builder moves on to preparing a long, flat metal strip. He feeds it into a mechanical clamping machine, which gradually bends and shapes it to match the precise contour of the trailer's roofline. The shaped metal strip is now ready for installation. The builder lines it up carefully along the upper edge where the trailer's sidewall meets the roof. He ensures the alignment is exact, then uses a drill to make pilot holes and follows up by screwing it tightly into place. With that done, he turns his attention to finalizing the rooftop exhaust vent. First, he outlines the perimeter of the vent with duct tape, both to protect the surface from scratches during installation and to ensure a precise, clean seal. He then drills screws through the vent frame into the roof sheet to fix it securely. After double-checking the fit and screw placements, he peels off the tape to reveal a crisp, professional finish with no excess adhesive or misalignment. The builder now focuses on installing the trailer's remaining windows. Starting with the upper window, he precisely positions a pre-cut glass panel and applies a strong adhesive along the perimeter. Once the glue is applied and the glass panel is set into position, he presses a custom-cut metal frame over the glass to hold it in place. This metal frame is then carefully screwed into the wooden and metal structure behind it, securing the window firmly. With the adhesive and frame in place, the tape is removed to leave behind a neat, seamless finish. He repeats this exact process for the side windows: adhesive application, tape lining, careful glass placement, and the installation of matching metal frames secured with screws. Once everything is in place, the exterior, now fully painted in a deep, vibrant red, begins to resemble a finished teardrop camper. As a final sealing step for the outer shell, the builder installs another long-shaped metal strip along the seam where the curved roof meets the trailer's side panels. With the structure sealed, he turns to installing the previously prepared black painted door. He applies industrial-strength glue to the door's edge and aligns it into the frame. Once positioned perfectly, he drives screws into pre-marked points to fasten the door securely to the trailer body. To finish the detail work, the builder installs a small overhead light above the side window. After testing the electrical connection, he applies glue, uses tape to hold the fixture in place, and drills it in with screws. Nearing the final stages, the builder constructs the wooden framework for the rear portion of the roof. Using pre-cut wooden planks and boards, he glues and assembles the skeleton of the rear roof structure. Once assembled, the entire unit is placed on a work table, where a curved wooden board is clamped and glued onto one side. Metal clamps help bend and hold the board in place, while screws are drilled in to secure it. With one side still exposed, the builder begins the electrical wiring. He threads wires through the wooden framework, neatly integrating the system. After all connections are made, he closes off the exposed side with another curved wooden panel, concealing the wiring entirely. As before, clamps are used to hold the board, while screws are drilled around the edges, locking everything into place. As with previous sections, the outer layer of the rear roof is coated in glue, and a metal sheet is laid over it. Using clamps and bars, the builder carefully bends the metal to fit the shape of the roof, then fastens it in place while the glue dries. Metal strips are added along both the horizontal and vertical edges for reinforcement. These strips are drilled in securely to ensure the metal sheet is firmly fixed and won't shift or detach. To finalize the build, the newly finished rear roof is installed onto the trailer. It is attached using a hinge system, allowing the rear to open upward like a car trunk. Screws are drilled in to firmly secure the hinge mechanism. With this final touch, the teardrop trailer now reveals a compact rear kitchen setup, complete with the earlier installed stove and sink. After receiving an even red coat of paint, the completed trailer is rolled out for display. The rear hatch elegantly opens to showcase the kitchen, featuring the stove, sink, and a small cooler. The front section serves as a cozy bedroom, outfitted with cupboards, windows, and ventilation for a comfortable interior. With its sleek design and thoughtful functionality, the teardrop camper is now road-ready and adventure-approved.